Welcome to the Catalyst Effect. My name is Isaac Carter, and I am live at DFW Startup Week presented by the Debt Council. We are at SMU, Cox School of Business, all week long, and we have had the honor to speak to actually 57 founders this week, and we are doing the Voice of the Founders series. I found that founders are really optimistic people. They don't see problems, they see opportunities, and the product they deliver is a solution to a real need in the market. I love being around these people, these innovative folks. And you have done something that many people have not done, and that is develop a product, get it funded, and then approach the market with it. So thank you so much for being here today. I want to hear more about you, Kyle, and That One Tech Company.
Well, where do I begin? Because it's a long journey. It starts out in...
Just talk about your product, your service, and why you're bringing that.
Well, we have TOA, an AI executive assistant that works with a connected inbox, calendar, task, and note suite.
I love it.
And one big thing in the beginning of its development, it started out as, I'm sure any other AI out there, they go, hey, ChatGPT just became a thing.
Yeah.
Let's put our take on it. And what kind of brought us to having those three specific items was my personal background. I worked at Charles Schwab and Marsh McLennan Insurance on the client relations side. And I was dealing with 100 plus emails a day. I heard you talk yesterday. You were doing 400 emails a day at some point?
On a good day, it's only 400.
On a good day.
Yeah.
And so I had to do all that as well as have a disconnected task tracking sheet. I had OneNote, my notepad, and sticky notes. And then I also had my calendar, the corporate calendar. And of course, you have to navigate other people's calendars to stay on top of them.
Yeah, most of my emails are people trying to sell me things. And then in the mix, sometimes is people trying to get me to do things, like my employees are, my tax man. And then once in a while, I have a customer that wants to do business with me and they fall through. And I've tried to do agents that find that one and elevate them up and create the task in the CRM and all that fun stuff. And there is a lot of rules around that. It's not as easy as it sounds. It sounds like you've cracked that, though.
So one thing that a lot of people like to compare us to, and I think it's a fair comparison, is Claude Cowork. A lot of people say, well, you're Claude Cowork. And I will say, yes, we have a couple of fundamentals, but it's a plug and play application. It's got a customized UI that works with everyone's workflow. And it's been tried by realtors, people in insurance, distributing companies. And that's where we found most of our success. And we mainly built it for realtors, small business, and entrepreneurs. Whenever you start it up, you just log in, no new password you got to remember, and it gets going. Of course, you can put in a little bit of information about you to have a personalization page, and that's the only onboarding you have to do.
That's amazing. So what is the biggest frustration your client has before they find you?
A disconnected workflow. And so their emails live in one spot. They have their tasks just written across the board, especially realtors are terrible at this. My mom's a broker, so that's part of the reason I wanted to help her as well. And then, of course, your calendar. I've double booked so many times, missed meetings just because I was not paying attention or I had the wrong calendar up.
Yeah, we have a family calendar, and then I have 3 businesses with 3 different business calendars, and then if I'm a fractional CTO role, I have that calendar. Trying to keep the calendar straight. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. And then at the end of the day, I miss opportunities. And in a real estate agent, missing a sale on a house is a big deal for me.
Money.
Yeah, my average total lifetime value of a customer is $3 million. If I don't follow up with one of them, that has a massive impact.
That is not a small number at all. That's the biggest thing is the follow-up game. And so what does follow-up mean? Follow-up can be a plethora of things. It goes, oh, hey, I have this new lead. I need to message them. And so usually you open up your inbox, you got the new lead. They're asking you about a house because, of course, we're going to use realtors for this example. You're going to go and start drafting them. And all of a sudden, someone reaches out to you. It could be an offer on a deal. And you go, oh, my gosh, I just made a sale. I got to go jump on this. And so you immediately change course like so many people do. And you'll lose that lead because you didn't touch up with them. Someone else did, and you had something more important to do. And so what we wanted to do is make sure we can free that up so you can focus on those really important deal-breaking tasks to make sure you can move the needle forward.
So how are you solving this problem for your customer?
We have everything in one workflow from your email, your calendar, and your tasks. So an email comes in, you can quickly have our application take it, break it apart, pull anything from it. It can be tasks, it could be a scheduling, it can also be say like a PDF or a quote. It can store that to your cloud. It can take the tasks that are important to you, and if there's somebody else on that email directed, it'll ping them. And then it'll also go ahead and schedule everything on your calendar. But one big thing that we noticed was Sometimes you have something on your calendar and then you will reach back out to that person and miss it. You'll go, hey, this doesn't work for me. I need to do this another day. And then the next day comes and they finally respond. And at that point, you fill up the new space they suggested. So this one will automatically check it, go, hey, you have something. Here's a draft. Shoot it out to them. And that way it can quickly make that back and forth disappear by giving a couple options. So that way you get an answer that day.
I love it. I love it. That is really clever. The other thing, so I've tried doing something really similar to this with Cloud Workspace.
Yeah.
I'm a technical guy. I can pull the stuff off. As soon as I get it refined, the model's changed. The model I built it on becomes deprecated, and now I have to do it again. I don't have time to do the same thing 3 times, man. I don't have time. I don't have energy. I don't want to do it.
And that's where we come in, because we had the models get deprecated. We had to change. And one thing is, whenever you're in, I'm sure you'll understand, dependencies. That's something we got to keep up with. So when you're coding and you're using these dependencies, if there's a breach, you got to be prepared for that. So me and my partner, we're constantly looking at the news, making sure we're updated, making sure we can protect our users from those breaches and quickly react.
Do you have integrations to CRM?
No. And the reason for that is we're going to try to roll out a CRM in October.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So yeah, the dependencies are huge. And also the fact is your clients should be managing their business. They shouldn't be out there trying to manage technology and then expanding that. This stuff's changing by the day.
By the hour sometimes. It's incredible.
Yeah, man. All right. So your product is up. It's out there. It's ready to go. You're looking for more customers. What type of customers are you looking for?
We're looking for those that want to push the needle a little bit further. They are juggling way too many things. Their workflow is disconnected, they're scattered, and they want to have a little bit of organization while using this new technology. But one thing that we're not an AI agent. And so that's one thing, is it is still the human touch. And that's something we put into our design, is you put the final nail on the task and send it. You send that email, you tell it what you want in the email. It will take all the raw data, because at the end of the day, raw data is raw data. It will make sure that's in there. The substance is there. You got to go in there to be different. And that's what I think you were talking about the other day, where there's the highest bar in email communication, because AI can do it. So we want to make sure that you still put your personalized touch on top of it, while the AI takes care of everything else.
Yeah. And I don't mind doing cold emails. I send a lot of cold email, and it's less personal. I don't know them. How can I be personal with people? And so you have like Apollo and things like that. They want to use AI to custom write each email based off a profile they find on the internet. This sucks. This stuff's always run. But once I know my customer, I shouldn't be doing AI auto touch to them anymore. I know them. I should have a relationship with them. My communication should be customized. I love that you built that in the product that way. Are you selling through channel partners or anything like that right now?
No, we just go through our website and you just download and get started, or you sign up and get started. It's a web application.
Awesome. What are you most excited about with the direction your company is going?
I'm really excited about saving people time. That's one thing I wanted to go into going forward, is save people time. And also with our philosophy is avoiding feature bloat. And so we have a philosophy of the 80% rule. What is 80% of everyone going to touch in an email, a calendar, a task? All the extra stuff we're not going to have in our application. We want to make sure everything is direct forward, so you can save a ton of time and just make everything purposeful.
Yeah, and that's something that Alex touched on the other day, is most applications are only 40% used. So you're paying for features that you're never going to use, and you have to figure out how to use those things and understand them.
And we don't want any of our customers to feel like, hey, I'm paying for something I'm not using. What's the point? That's a waste of capital. And especially with the people we're working with, every dollar matters. That's money into advertising, into a leads list, into making beautiful printouts to hand out or mail in orders.
Yeah, I love how you are elevating the human experience by keeping that touch very human, not replacing that relationship contact. And you mentioned time, but for me also, in the time that I have, I can't miss opportunities. I'm not big enough to miss a $3 million opportunity. I'm just not there.
But none of us are yet.
Hopefully I never get there. Hopefully I never get to a point where I'm so lax on things that I could just, forgot an email, lost $3 million. Oh, well. And so you're helping me save time, but also you're protecting me from myself a little bit, make sure that I don't lose those opportunities.
We also protect in other ways. So one thing that a lot of people, especially in the small business world, they don't have a $10 million, $20 million, $1 billion cybersecurity team. And so we make sure when the email comes in, we're protecting you from the pixels that could be hidden in it or any malware. That way it's in its own sandbox environment. So that way it doesn't affect you unless you decide to physically download it on your own account, any application, or click any link, then it gets out of our hands. But that way, when you open the email, nothing activates, it's safer.
Nice. Okay, so you're overriding my open pixels.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. We got to protect them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important. I love it.
And I think that's one thing right there is the pixels. Yeah, there's marketing pixels, but you also have bad pixels out there.
Absolutely.
Now, people don't realize. They go, what do you mean? What's a pixel? I mean, literally a pixel.
No, that email is an HTML document that has code running in it. And the minute you say run the scripts to see the email, you've run scripts. You get code running inside of your browser.
Oh yeah,
inside of your mail client.